Good morning. We've got about a minute before we get ourselves started, so just making sure that you have everything you need for class. Making sure that you have any equipment that you would like to be using today, whether that's weights or a resistance band, making sure you have water nearby and a piece of support furniture as always. And once again, welcome to your Friday's Strength and Balance Zoom class with me, Angie, one of the senior fitness instructors with Stonebridge Community Services. Remember that this is your workout and nobody else's but yours, so make it work for you with or without equipment, seated or standing, or a little bit of both. Let's get ourselves motoring, and if there's anyone else coming in, I'll let them in. All right, start with a nice little gentle march, big breath in. And up. Nice big breath in. And up. One more nice big breath. And out. Excellent. Keeping that marching going. We're going to work a little bit of the brain already Friday morning. So we're going to tap each finger to the thumb. Warm up those finger joints. Warm up the brain. Tapping each finger to the thumb. Breathe it in through the nose, out through the mouth. Excellent. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. I'm going to take my toe to the side, give it a little tap and a little shoulder shrug. Tap and shrug. Excellent. This is going to turn into a single leg balance where we're going to roll an ankle and roll a wrist in 3, 2, and 1. Start right from the beginning, that single leg balance. Soft bend in that knee, roll an ankle, roll a wrist or both wrists. Excellent. Keep going. I'm going to let someone else in here. There we go. Roll that ankle the other way and whip the wrist the other way. Excellent. Place that one down. Shift the weight to that other leg to balance. Roll that ankle. Roll that wrist. And roll it the other way. Excellent. Place that on down. We're going to work a little bit of those hips. So we're going to go heel to toe, but turning from that hip. Heel to toe. So it's not just from the ankle, it's coming from the hip. Heel to toe, heel to toe. If you want, you can add a little bicep curls with it. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Breathe it in through the nose, out through the mouth. And if you feel comfortable, you can speed that up a little. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Excellent. Or stay nice, steady pace. Your workout. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Shift the weight. Heel to toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe. From the hip. Heel to toe. Up to you if you want to pick it up a little bit more. That heel, toe, heel, toe. Excellent. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Shake those out a little bit. We're gonna bring those knees up for those high knees. We're warm up those hip flexors just a little bit more here. So you can do a tap if you would like. You can do an elbow if you'd like. Or you can press if you would like. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Excellent. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Going to work a little bit more of the back of the body there. So pushing those arms back for the triceps. Now I'm not swinging them today. I'm going to hold them to the back and then press. Turn sideways here. Little hamstring curl. Press. Press. Keeping those elbows towards the back. Pressing them to the back. Breathing in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Bring it back together. Give it a nice little shake. Give me a nice big breath in. And up. Nice big breath. And out. Excellent. Grab yourselves a nice little sip of water. Then we'll get into the strengthening of our lower body. So the first movement we have, I'm actually going to give us 2 different options on how you want to place your feet. Okay, we're going to do our deadlifts, working a little bit of those hips, a little bit of the glutes, that bottom, a little bit of the back of the legs. So your first option is going to be standing with those feet about shoulder width apart. Soft bend in those knees. I'm going to turn sideways here for a second. You're going to have that soft bend in those knees. You're going to be pushing those hips to the back, coming flat back, and then using the back of the legs and the glutes to help squeeze yourself back up, okay? So my knees aren't bending like a squat, okay? Working it from the hips and squeezing it when I come back up. Now, if you want to add a band with that, step on it with both feet, have it in front for that extra resistance. Now, second legs, if you wanted to do it this way instead, I'm going to have those legs split apart, okay? The one leg's going to act like a little kickstand, okay? Soft bend in both of those knees, okay? Same movement, just a different stance, okay? So, same thing, that deadlift going forward, flat back, using the back of the legs, those hamstrings, those glutes to help squeeze you back up, okay? Now, if you're going to use a band with that one, stepping on it with that front foot. Now, for me, with that kickstand one, I'm going to take the band under my foot. I'm going to give the band a little bit of a cross so that I can grab the band like a little loop. Okay, so a little cross, grabbing my band with a little loop. Okay, so soft bend in those knees. My back leg has it on the toes, shoulders down and relaxed. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and hip hinge forward for that 8. Squeeze those glutes. 7. Squeeze. 6. Squeeze. 5. 4. 3. Breathing in and out. 2. And 1. Excellent. Now, if you're doing that split stance, Switch legs. Reposition if you're doing that one with the legs shoulder width apart. That little kickstand. Shoulders back down and relaxed. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. For that 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Excellent. Yes, I'm going to get us to switch once more, but give yourselves a nice little shake first. Working those nice hips today. Shoulders down and relax. Breathe it in through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more each side. We can do it. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Excellent. Last one, last one. We can do it. Taking that leg to the back. Little kickstand on the toes. Shoulders back down, relax. Breathe it in through the nose, out through the mouth. Go. 8. Squeeze. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Excellent job. Gently step off that band if you're using one. Lace it aside at the moment. Give those a nice little shake. Excellent. If you need a little sip of water, as always, grab it whenever you need it. The next one we're going to do is just little mini squats, okay? And then we're going to do a little pulse with them, okay? So it is up to you. You can have those feet about shoulder width apart for that squat. You can have them a little bit wider if you wanted as well for that squat, okay? So remembering to push those hips to the back. If you're doing a wide stance, take the toes out to the side, pushing those hips to the back like you're about to sit on that chair. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, nice and tall chest. Ready? We're going to pulse it for 10 seconds. So you're going to go up and down for that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Work those legs, work those legs. So it's just a tiny little squat. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Your comfort on narrow stance or wide stance. Putting those toes outwards if you're doing that wide stance. Knees are going over the toes. Push the hips to the back like you're about to sit on that chair. Push the weight into those heels. Breathe it in, breathe it out. And let's pulse for that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Bring those legs in, shake them out. Excellent. All right. I'm going to grab myself a nice little sip of water. Then we have one more for the lower body. All right. This next one is just a few of our high knees. So once again, you can tap if you would like for those high knees. Okay. You can elbow if you want it for those high knees. Or you can press into those high knees. All right, we're going to do 2 sets of 8 for those ones. Listen to the body, your range of motion. Listen to what you would like to do for your arms and what's going to be best for your range of motion. So I'm going to turn sideways for this one as well. Shoulders back down and relaxed, nice and tall, soft bend in those knees. Bring those high knees up for that 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Little shimmy, little shake. Maybe you change it up for the second round for those arms. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Take that little pause. And go for that 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Shake those out. All right. We're going to work a little core next. So same thing, up to you as always, standing or seated. It can be done standing or seated. I'm going to do it standing today. First one is going to be tapping the inside of the foot. Okay, so shoulders are down and relaxed. I'm going to try and tap towards the inside of my foot. Okay, now you don't actually have to touch the inside of the foot. It is just the reaching motion of trying to tap the inside of the foot. Okay, so as always, shoulders down and relaxed. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, soft bend in those knees, and go for that 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Little shimmy, little shake. We're going to do one more of those ones, then we'll get into another core. So listening to the body. Breathe it in, breathe it out, and go round 2, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Shimmy it out, shimmy it out. Grab a drink whenever you need it. So this next one here for the core is a little bit of a 2-in-1. Now you don't have to do both of them if you don't want to. You can do one or the other. So I'm going to do an elbow one side and a kick out on the other. So elbow one side, kick and reach on the other. Now if you only want to do elbows, that's okay. Do just elbows. If you want to do just kicks, kick and reach, then kick and reach. Okay, but we're going to do 2 sets of 8, switching in between the sets from one side to the other. All right, giving yourself a nice a lot of space around you. Shoulders down and relax, soft bend in those knees. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now, if you were doing both, this time you're going to switch that elbow, switch that reach. Right. Take that little breather. Excellent. And here we go, round 2. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Shake it out, shake it out. Breathe in and out. Excellent. Grab a sip as well if you need it. We're going to get into some arms next. Now this one as well can be seated or standing. I'm going to do it standing. So if you've ever seen videos before or heard videos of people taking the battle ropes and they're going up and down, up and down, up and down, we're going to try and conquer that today. So you can do it with a band, with weights, or without if you wanted to, okay? We're going to kind of go into that wide squat stance, okay? Soft bend in the knees, a little bit of a pushing those hips to the back for that squat, and then you're going to raise up and down those arms like you've got 2 ropes in your hand, okay? Now, if you're going to use the band, you're going to take that band underneath both feet. If your band is wide enough, you're going to take that wide stance. And you're going to bring those bands in towards the thighs. Okay, so you're going to bring them on the inside instead of the outside. Bring them in. Okay? Nice wide stance, soft bend in those knees, push the hips to the back. And if your band wants to work with you, then that's even better. There we go. All right. So that little hip hinge forward, soft bend in those knees. We're going to do it for a count of 10. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo! Reposition if you need to. We've got one more of those ones. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Shoulders down. Push the hips to the back. Keep that soft bend in those knees. Bring those arms into the middle. Breathe in. And out. Here we go. Round 2 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Gently release the band. Bring it up top. Give it a little shake. All right. Take that little breather. Next little arm movement we're going to be doing is drawing our sword. So I'm going to take most of the band, my left hip, small little piece of the band in my right hand, and you're going to draw your sword across the chest, keeping that soft bend in those knees if you're standing, shoulders down and relaxed. Draw it across for that 8, 7, breathing in, breathe it out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Stay here. Don't go anywhere. A little shimmy, little shake. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. One more this side. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Little shimmy, little shake on those shoulders. Switching sides. Take most of the band to that right hip. Little part of that band in that left hand. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, nice and tall with that posture. And draw your sword for that 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Take that little pause, readjust. One more. We got this. Ready? Breathe it in, breathe it out. Go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Give those shoulders a nice little shimmy, little shake, little roll. Excellent. One last one for those lovely arms. If you're using your band, take it up and underneath those arms. We're going to work on a little bit of our punching today, okay? So stop bending those knees, shoulders back, down, and relax. So you're going to be punching it to the front, or if you wanted to, you can punch it on a little bit of an angle, so a little bit of cross, where you're working a little bit of that back, a little bit of those obliques, those side core. Shoulders down and relax, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to do it for a count of 10. Readjust if you need to. Breathe in, breathe it out, and go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're going to do it once more, but this time I'm going to count a little faster. It is totally up to you. If you want to go faster, you certainly can. If not, go at your pace. It's your workout. Shoulders down and relax. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Soft bend in those knees. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Release the band or any weights if you're using them. Say bye-bye. We don't need them. Grab yourself a nice sip of water. Excellent. All right. We're going to start getting into a little bit of our balance. So making sure, as always, you have lots of space around you, but you also have your piece of support furniture. So I've got my wall, I've got my chair. Now, this first one is slow and steady. We're going to do a little bit of a backwards walk, okay? But we're also going to be turning our head. We're going to turn around nice and slow if it's comfortable, okay? So I've got my wall here, nice and tall, long through that spine, shoulders down and relaxed, soft bend in the knees, looking straight ahead. So I'm not looking at the floor, not looking at the ceiling, looking straight ahead. And I'm going to take a couple steps backwards. And then I'm going to stop. I'm going to do a slow turn and walk backwards again. So we're only walking backwards. Little stop, little turn, and walking backwards. Little pause, slow turn, and walking backwards. Turn. 2 more, back and forth. One more, back and forth. And then stop there. Excellent job. All right, so this next one is going to be a single leg balance with a little bit of a leg that's going to be like a bicycle. Okay? So feet are about hip width apart. You're going to shift the weight to the one leg to balance that standing leg. That standing leg is going to have that soft bend in that knee, so it's not locked. The other leg is going to come out, and it's going to try and see like you're pedaling a bicycle. Okay, we're going to try and see if we can do it for 10 seconds. You can have one arm out to the side if you'd like, both arms out to the side if you would like. Nice and tall, long through that spine, shoulders down and relaxed. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Shift the weight, switch the legs. Nice and tall, looking straight ahead. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Little shimmy, little shake. Now, same movement. However, this time you're going to take that leg and reverse the pedal. Okay, so shifting the weight, standing on that one leg, soft bend in the knee. You're going to take that one backwards. Okay, so it's going to go reverse pedal. Ready? Nice and tall. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Shift the weight, switch the legs. Nice and tall. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. Little shimmy, little shake. Excellent. This next one we're going to do is in that split stance. Okay, so one leg in front of the other. Soft bend in both those knees. We're going to end up raising onto those toes and trying to hold it for that count of 10. Okay, so shoulders down and relaxed. Nice and tall. Nice and long through that spine. Breathe it in through the nose, out through the mouth. Raise up on those toes and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Excellent. Same thing. Once more. Same side. Then we'll switch. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, looking straight ahead. And raise it up and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Switch those legs. And it doesn't have to be a big stance either. It's just a little bit of a split stance. Having that nice balance. Those legs kind of on that railroad track for that extra balance. Shoulders down, relax. Breathe it in through the nose, out through the mouth. Raise it up on those toes and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Excellent. One more. We got it. Ready? Breathe in, breathe out. Raise it up. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Shimmy those out. Shimmy those out. Excellent job. Grab yourself a nice sip of water, then we'll start to cool ourselves down. Excellent job. Take a nice big breath in and out. Nice big breath in. And out. One more nice big breath in. And out. Excellent. If you are standing, reminding yourself to keep a soft bend in those knees, shoulders down and relaxed. I'm going to take my left ear to my left shoulder, doing a nice soft gentle roll in the front of the chest from one side to the other. So left ear to shoulder, soft gentle roll. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Two more, back and forth. One more. Gently bring that head back up to center. Excellent. Take those shoulders for a nice roll. Forward or backwards, whatever feels more comfortable for you. I am going to reverse it as well, though. Breathing in and out. Give me 3 this way. 2 and 1 and reverse. Excellent. Give me 3, 2 and 1. Excellent. Shake those out. Take that one arm, cross the chest, drop that shoulder, give it a hold, give it a hug. If it's comfortable, roll the wrists, sway the hips. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Roll the wrists the other way. Gently release the arm. Take that other one across the chest. Drop the shoulder. Give it a hold. Give it a hug. Wiggle, wiggle. Open and close those hands. Gently release those arms. Give them a nice little shake. Your comfort with this next one, we're going to work a little bit of those quad stretch. So option number 1, taking that leg as far back behind you as you can, where you feel that stretch in the front of the leg. Option number 2, you can reach for the toes, or even that pant leg to bring it up. And then option number 3, if you are seated, sitting close to the edge of the chair, take that one leg behind. That little tilt where you feel that stretch in the front of the leg. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Breathing in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up to center. And then your comfort for the rest of the lower half for that hamstring stretch, if it's standing or seated. Taking that one leg out to the front. Nice and tall, shoulders down and back and relaxed. Little hip hinge forward, upper thigh, or down by the toes. Ten, no, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the toes. If it's comfortable, take that leg up for a nice little hug. Roll the ankle or roll the ankle by the floor. Still nice and tall, shoulders down, back and relaxed. Roll the ankle the other way. And take those toes for a point, down to the floor. Now flex up to the ceiling, down to the floor, up to the ceiling. One more point. Flex, and then take the toes to the left. Right, left, right. One more, left, right. And your comfort into that 4-sit stretch. So by the floor, midway, up top, or other midway. Listening to the body. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, still nice and tall, shoulders down and relaxed. You need that extra stretch in those hips. Take that hip hinge forward. Gently pressing that leg a little closer to the floor. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release that leg down. Taking that other leg to the front for that hamstring stretch. Still nice and tall. Hip hinge forward, upper thigh, down by the toes. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take that leg up for a nice hug. Shoulders down and relax, nice and tall. Roll the ankle. Roll the ankle the other way. Taking those toes for a nice point to the floor. Flex to the ceiling. Point to the floor. Flex. One more point. Flex to the left. Right. Left. Right. One more left and right. And your comfort into that 4-sit stretch by the floor, midway, up top, or the other midway. The leg out front and the other foot just gently underneath that knee. Still nice and tall, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Need that extra little stretch in those hips, that hip hinge forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release that leg coming down. Give those legs a nice little shake. Excellent. Take those arms around that chest. Nice big breath in. Release it out.
Once more, come around, give yourself a nice pat on the back. Great job, well done. We did it. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope to see you next week.